Oh, wait, we're live, I think. I can see my thingy.
Oh, yeah, we are. Whoops. Hello. So, I kind of missed David's icon switching, but this is Team Fortress TV, and we're covering ETF2L Premiership Week 4. This is between Fenneks and The Last Resort. Our first map's going to be Process, and our second map's going to be Viaduct. I am Mana, and my co-host is War.
Right. It was a really deflating start to the cast. People were listening to me talk about my chair.
It was an accident, but
Yeah.
we'll make do. It's okay.
I haven't got my enthusiastic voice on. Hold on.
Wake up, War.
There we go.
Wake up, War. I know it's nighttime over there, but we
There
got
we go.
some eSports to deal with here.
Yay. I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, so looks like they're okay, they are switching to Viaduct now. So, what can you tell me about these rosters? I'm only kind of familiar with TLR, because they've been kind of in the headlines,
TLR are currently on top of the ELO league. And because you can't argue with numbers, that makes them the best team in Europe, undisputed. But they're pretty strong. I think they're the only they are the only team along with Reason. Well, so I guess they're not the only team, but so far they're leading out of the joust between the top 3 teams. They beat Reason on Gully Wash, which was an insane game, and Viaduct as well, where WARHURYEAH literally tore every individual member of Reason a brand new arsehole. And yeah, so at the moment, none of these teams have played against Nerd Rage, but Fenneks are a bit... What's a nice word for terrible? Fucking dreadful. There we go. So yeah, they're pretty poor, but I guess that's to be expected. I think the last game was against 425, which was pretty close. But they still lost, and they're still waiting for their first win. So I'm sure this is going to be a very, very tight game for them. But yeah, they're not really a very good team. I think head to head, from what I've seen, they've lost every single game against TLR that they've played against them.
Do you think
Fenneks
stand? Yeah. Okay. Do you think they stand a chance on a map like Viaduct at all?
Nope. They got absolutely trashed. Well, TLR absolutely trashed Reason on this map, and to be honest, the scouts of TLR are just way too good, and I don't think Fenneks really have the scouts that can really compete against them. So
Right.
I just think this is going to be pretty much in the bag for TLR.
Yeah, another day in the park, I guess, for them.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about any of the standout players from Fenneks then? Anyone who might show a good performance?
Alle is pretty decent, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
He's known for his jumping ability as a demo, but I've played with him. I tried for this team actually. I didn't make the cut because I'm terrible. But yeah, he's a really, really good demo. He's very, very keen as well. The scouts are really, really good. So Hank and Denia are both amazing, but they're a bit DM heavy.
Right.
So I'm not really quite sure how they're gonna really fare in the long run. I think Denia went sniper. I think it was against 425, and he did really bad. Yeah, actually, I remember now. It was he did pretty poor. And if I'm honest, they suffered on Viaduct, so never mind what I've just said.
That's on Sniper, right? So
yeah, well, he got trashed on Scout, and then he went Sniper, and he got trashed on Sniper.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So yeah, it's not really sort of... I don't want to... I don't know, maybe I should really try and bigger them up instead of putting them down. In that case, yeah, they're absolutely amazing. They're going to do really, really well tonight. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm just hoping to see some good fights at the very least, Fenneks probably know that they're on the back foot for this match, so I want to see some crazy plays happen on either map, really.
Yeah, the crazy players will probably come out of TLR players. I mean, Viaduct is pretty much ShaDowBurn's strongest map because he's. I think I can't remember who it was. It was the last season when he played with 425 as Roma, and he had the black box, and he just completely destroyed an entire team. I can't remember who it was now, but it was ridiculously insane. He just hit everything.
I remember casting a match with 425 against Suave back then, and that was all the it went all rounds. It was nuts, and it just went down to the wire every single round. It was crazy.
There might have been that game, but I know there was another game as well where he did a ridiculous amount of. He got like 50 kills against another Prem team or something like that. I don't know.
Jesus.
But moving back to TLR and how they are doing a fundraiser where you can donate money to get these nerds to LAN.
Yeah, it's at i55.tf/TLR. So we're consolidating pretty much all the fundraisers on i55.tf. But yeah, so TLR have their own thing going on. They have some perks. They have some nice perks. And then yeah, it's mostly to get ShaDowBurn from Russia to I-55 because that's a really long journey.
Yeah, it's I kind of want to see him at LAN.
Yeah,
I can imagine that he's just gonna have like a metal arm or something like that. You know, something that when people are gonna it'll be something really drastic, but in the end nobody would really be surprised because it would kind of make sense.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see who he is because I've seen his play, for a while, pretty much as he entered Prem, and he's just been ridiculous the whole time. So it's gonna be very cool to see him on LAN, and not on a 60 hertz, by the way, because apparently he plays on 60 hertz at home. So that's actually really nuts that he's that good.
He is Europe's only hope.
Do you think TLR are going to be contenders for fighting against America?
With the way things are going, yeah. I think I've been saying quite a few times on my stream and various other opportunities where anyone is stupid enough to give me an audience. Where I think TLR have a pretty good chance because they're all keen players. They're not, they don't have a selection of players that just show up, play PCWs and then disappear. Right. They actually seem to have players that will show up, they'll practice throughout the day, they'll warm up, and then after the games are done, they'll hang around and actually talk about it, which is kind of what you need when you want to progress as a team. Yeah. On the flip side, when you had the Epsilon that I was in last year, where people would just show up, disappear afterwards. You don't. It's a waste. But he's just put a decent set of players together, and I guess it's just now a case of grinding out, inconsistencies in the team and stuff like that. And it's been showing because they've beat Reason, and Reason have a season advantage. Right. Also, I made an error in what I said just now. I said ShaDowBurn was on 425. But that team was Lethal Weapon. I was definitely thinking of Lethal Weapon back then. He was, yeah. To be honest, it doesn't really matter because they're the same team, basically. Yeah, they are pretty much. You have all the teams, so you would refer to most teams by their individual names. But even if there's 3 Russians team in ETF2L, you just refer to them as Russians. It looks like... Oh, it says unloaded and then reloaded. Okay, so they're still in their pregame at the moment, at least on stream, so... There is also people have bet... Well, there's a 93% chance that TLR will win tonight. That's... yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite big. I certainly am not betting on this game because I don't like the fact that if Fenneks get a golden cap win, I lose all of my refined and stout shakos. Oh, there's a spread on it. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know why we do that, but I will. Well, I mean, it's to try to even up the odds, right? So, yeah. But it's not doing a very good job if it's 97% chance. Well, you can only do so much to be so sure, It's like some teams are gonna just be able to stack the odds that heavily regardless of what kind of condition you put on it. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. This is the perils of being in esports. We have to have the the betting weight to come with it. We started. We started.
Yeah, it looks like we're going live. All right, so yeah, so this is season 21, right? Week 4.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Let's see what's happening. So we see TLR actually going up cliffside and kind of throw it towards middle. They're gonna go straight in, and we see ShaDowBurn kind of going up top and just kind of shooting rockets around. And it really looks like, yep, TLR's gonna collapse right on top of Fenneks. And Fenneks, they're gonna try and get the med, but the scout's flanking on him. Very clean shots, and Serotone goes down, so that's gonna be really helpful. Ollie's kind of in, but he's gonna escape really quickly.
Yeah, that was pretty much, you know, as good as a mid-fight you can go. I mean, it's unfortunate that was their medic, but when they had AMS jump in, and then everybody else just went straight after, there was no hesitation from either players, and you just sort of took a poop on all of them, but it was alright.
Yeah, so we see Fenneks kind of like poking in, see if they can take the point without popping here, actually. And yeah, it looks like they're doing a pretty decent job of just being able to deal out the damage, but TLR are kind of putting up a fight here. Do you like this play?
They've got really no choice because they have no control on the point, and they haven't capped it anymore. They've got longer spawns, but now Fenneks have capped it. Their spawns are now shorter, and they have a slight advantage anyway because Serotone died later than Condom.
Yeah,
but,
so yeah.
I mean, TLR are now still confident enough to even just stay in, despite I think most teams would have just backed out.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I guess they didn't really put enough pressure. And actually, Serotone's gonna, Condom's gonna get forced, and Serotone's gonna pop back in response. Serotone's flashing a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure Fenneks is gonna have to get out here.
Oh my goodness, what's happening?
That's a little bit really frantic because both teams are kind of going into each other. But it looks like actually Fenneks is going to be on top of this as long as they get healed right now. Yeah, ShaDowBurn's going to go in for a jump, see if he can get something. He gets air shot actually. Oh man.
So this is becoming
oh wow,
quite disorientating for like TLR. They're just sort of going in one by one, and I think they've sort of tilted.
Oh no, we see
slightly.
his kind of throwing himself in there, but Condom was kind of stuck behind. Stuck behind a wall, so there wasn't really a way for his to get a good stickies on him at all.
Yeah, they're like they're trying it again now. Another
Double
suicide.
soldier bombs. What is this? This is just throwing people in every so often.
I mean, the suicide's fine because that's what you kind of want to do. Whilst I mean, Serotone's still building at spawn. It was non-committal. If they didn't get anything, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. But there's a hefty minute advantage for Fenneks now. They are 90%, so they almost have it. So they should really start looking to push in.
Yeah, and TLR are going to look for a pick or maybe a positional advantage here, especially because of the Viaduct spawns. And we see it pop out from Serotone and a response from Condom. And TLR just going to back up here since they have a significantly worse Uber. But only one frag, and actually Fenneks, wow, I forgot his name. Dagner on stream, he's going to give his life, and there's a little bit of trading going on, but I think TLR should keep pushing this because they have the huge spawn advantage right now. Oh, but his was kind of caught out of position there. That was a weird spot for him to be in.
See, this is quite... Okay, I didn't expect this. This is actually really, really good from Fenneks. All they're doing is playing in a little bubble, and they're playing so tight together that whenever they jump in, they're all just focusing down the same target. I mean, if you just look at their positions now, I mean, TLR are now just trying to sort of push into them. But it's like, for all of them all close together, they're just picking off one person and then moving on to the next one almost straight away. And alle and Tom, they're just sitting on the point and just spamming out damage to them just all the time. And you can see them do it now, and it's just so aggressive. But it's working so well.
Oh wow, Condom actually popped on point so he could reduce the timer to see if he can just get the cap, but it was he popped a little too soon, so Fenneks is going to just be able to get this cap and just barely hold on to defending the point for 2 minutes. That's a really long time, but maybe TLR just kind of waking up now to be able to defend this. We see Fenneks kind of poking in here, and they're going to see if they can just get the cap. They have TLR behind the rock, and TLR's going to push back in. They don't want to lose this. Like, who wants to lose a round? But wow, Fenneks just get collapsed on absolutely, and yeah,
bit of a tilt, but they did get Serotone for what it's worth. But it's not really going to do anything. I think they rushed it way too much because they've got all the time in the world. They could just sort of tease the point, and because TLR have the point, if they pick anybody, they're going to have a longer respawn. So it was completely in their advantage. So they didn't really need to go that aggressive, but I think they're feeling pretty confident because of the time difference. But you know, that's just seconds wasting away.
Yep. Yeah, we see both teams really trying to get a positional advantage here, and actually Tom gets kind of separated, juggled inside. That's unfortunate. Nice fight from alle, but Condom actually goes down from a bomb from ShaDowBurn. So this is gonna look like another Fenneks collapse. Unfortunately,
they just did the exact same thing again, where Condom was sitting behind the rock, and there was literally no reason why they would need to do that in a million years. All they would have to do is hold cliff, make them come towards them and just pick them off like they have been doing all game, but now, you know, it's the counter throw.
The counter throw.
All of those people thinking they were going to get Bugattis aren't getting any now. And
they switch strats and they actually go opt for the force on Serotone, which is what they get. And yeah, Condom's still back in spawn building, so yeah, they decided to change strats, and that turns out to be the right one, but there's only a little bit less than 30 seconds on the clock, so this is a little dangerous, but they do have time for pretty much one push to nail this.
This is going to be really, really difficult. They have to literally play out this push perfectly.
They're pushing from the right side, and they get a decent amount of ground before they have to pop. And let's see what kind of room they can get. They're actually isolating people fairly well, and they have the player advantage at the moment. And they gotta keep tapping the point. I mean, there's some cap on it, but it's really perilous to.
Oh well, yeah, they've
not just
got it.
Oh wow, so what a meat grinder right there. Just a scout and a med kind of remaining at the end.
Yeah, and that was pretty decent, that last push. I think it was I can't remember who it was now. Yeah, it was Dagna. He went through Lunchbox, and they had 2 scouts on the point with Condom. Dagna went through Lunchbox and he just managed to get 2 big frags and then just sort of completely open it up and turn it back into their favor.
Yeah, so we're on this next mid, and both soldiers from TLR just going straight into dunk on Fenneks, and it's working. They get huge openers, and there's only 2 up now. These last remaining Fenneks players are gonna try and get a Serotone, but they just get Hiss instead, which is still a really good pick, especially on this map. But not quite what they wanted, I bet.
Yeah, that was so again, TLR have been doing really well in the past few mid fights. Their strat is really, really good, and Fenneks don't really seem to have a strat, but they actually played it out a lot better. They didn't lose Serotone this time, so it all works out for them. And if you look how defensive they're holding, they've got the Uber advantage, and they wait for them to go across, and now they're just going to poo on them.
Yeah, and wow, TLR actually gets a lot of ground, and they trade a couple frags, but I think with this, Fenneks should just leave and just regroup. Yeah, because they're going to have better spawns.
Lost their medic, so they don't have an advantage anymore.
Oh,
they
I see.
Went too deep on that as well. They know they have the advantage. They're just suicide players, but Condom has been doing quite well in sort of dodging and surfing, but his positioning's been pretty weak. And again, he's just died when he really didn't need to.
Do you think we should listen to some of the comms as they do the suicide wave? No, they're just pushing in, actually.
Demo, flack the demo.
Someone on the medic?
No. Scout pushing behind you, man. Scout.
Yeah, they go. They're like going back.
Scout
solid to get me. Shit. Is he weak?
No, he's full.
Okay.
He got 6k. Spawning in 4. They have full Uber in about 5 seconds. Might actually have it now. Do you want to do suicide?
Yeah, suicide quickly.
Okay, I'm buffing arrow.
Pocket's destroyed here.
Get them possession, I guess.
They're
holding
forward right, they're holding forward.
I'm jumping in low. I'm going in now, creating space.
I got spawned to shit.
Try to go on the right. I'm down.
We shouldn't have all gone main.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so they kind of got dunked on there in that suicide push.
Yeah, that forward hold was done really, really well. I mean, Caps managed to get in and get a jump onto Serotone, but Serotone just sort of surfs away and just stares him down as he's flying through the air.
Oh no! Wow. Wave. Yeah, but wow, that was pretty harsh. That's a pretty harsh punishment. And oh no, Serotone actually pops, even though they actually picked up the frag on the soldier. But oh man, that is really unfortunate.
Yeah, the thing is that it's still just TLR can just go onto the balcony. They can just either try and kite the Uber or just let him cap. I would just say they should just let him cap and then just recycle it.
Yeah, they have so much time. Oh wow, an immediate pop out from Condom. And Ollie's gonna jump forward to lay stickies, and he's getting a decent amount of damage, it seems like. And yeah, it looks like actually Fenneks are gonna be able to cap this point. What do you think of that push? I don't think it's pretty rare to see that kind of thing.
Is maybe, oh my goodness.
Oh, what, the soldier just kind of ShaDowBurn. He's
Yeah,
kind of
alle
sneaking his way in.
was onto Serotone as well, 1v1, and he chokes. He misses all his pipes, but caps is in. Wow, that was a sick jump, and he just fucking wrecks him. And he almost takes out, well, I won't say almost. He does some damage onto Hiss, but that's all.
Wow, Daniel getting the frag on Hair P, and this might actually be quite an opener for Fenneks to get the point again. I mean, TLR only have like 5 seconds left on this cap, but you know, every second counts.
It's
for
doable.
Fenneks right now.
Caps has gone heavy as well, so
oh, the ultimate camping strat.
Yeah, they just need a sniper, to be honest, and then it's all complete. But the thing is, as soon as they notice he's running a heavy, they'll just take a sniper in exchange, probably.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It looks like, oh wow, what is this pop from Condom? There was pretty much almost nothing jumping him. The soldier was kind of far out, and that's gonna be incredibly bad. They also know about this heavy now.
I mean, I think he took a rocket, but his position again, I don't think he was on the cliff, and there's literally no reason not to be on the cliff.
Yeah, so we see TLR they're just gonna push and try to basically bully this point, and this is really good because they're basically just going to get the cap, since that heavy and their whole team is basically unable to move up.
That was really, really well done. I mean, it was quite ballsy though, because I think Serotone was on 80% Uber, but they literally they managed to get a few picks and force out the Uber, so they just managed to get into it for free. So that was pretty awesome.
1-1, both teams. We see TLR pushing from cliff side, more or less. We see both soldiers jumping in again, doing quite a distraction. Wow, it's like a bunch of acrobatics, you know. And then but they're actually getting cleaned up quite hard. And the Serotone needs to get out of here. I don't know why he's still in. That's unfortunate. He gets dunked on, and yeah, Fenneks are actually gonna win this mid fight.
They just got completely plowed. I mean, the Sollies went in, they were fine, but there was no follow up. So they just got completely destroyed. I mean, both the Sollies actually did really, really well, but they didn't do any damage onto anyone on Fenneks apart from onto the medic, and it took 2 of them to even kill him. So it's a bit bad.
Yeah, we see TLR gonna go for a bomb right now. They're kind of pushing in, including with Serotone, and they might just be able to pick up enough space. But sorry, Fenneks is still managing to keep alive. So, and with just arms remaining, he's even gonna get taken down. So. Strange suicide wave, I gotta say. I'm not sure if they were gonna go for the frag or if they were just trying to push. Maybe they might have mixed up which one they were gonna do and just kind of did both.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter anymore. They've got quick spawns.
Yeah,
and
they're gonna hit this hard
proper
left.
deep as well.
Yeah. Looks like they decide to take this left side. They actually get the force out of Condom too. And Serotone's gonna trade in return. And this is gonna be a better fight for TLR, and just like that, they get the point too.
That was ShaDowBurn's going in really, really deep behind him.
Oh man, there's a scout on Condom. He just gets into the resub. Yeah,
There's,
so a little bit of a misplay.
ShaDowBurn is going like proper deep behind him, like insanely deep, and he's causing such a huge distraction. I mean, Am's just for some reason wanted to walk into the spawn.
It looks like he had a lot of damage there, but not quite enough. And yeah, TLR kind of just gave this to them. TLR just gonna have to back out of here if they don't want to lose everyone.
This seems a bit.
Yeah, this
have to question
really
him.
odd.
But I mean, it's ballsy.
Seratone's finally getting
ballsy.
out, but it's a little too late because.
Oh my god, he's got it!
Oh
my god,
wow, he just pops Uber like that. That's so bad though.
He got the saw.
He has a couple teammates kind of coming in, but this is still an incredibly bad fight for TLR. So they just need to get out of here. Just regroup. Just do one more push later.
That was pretty sick though.
Yeah, that was a great saw. And they're still kind of fighting on this right side here, but Fenneks is getting the better trades here. They even pop off. There must have been a force, I missed that, but yeah, otherwise, now we're finally stabilizing.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird fight, especially why TLR was holding so far forward on the left. And they just sort of were hanging around way too much. I think they were just feeling a bit confident and were hoping to out-DM them. But then Serotone gets a good Uber saw on a scout when they're falling out, so it could have been completely terrible. But, I mean, at the end of it all, they do sort of have an Uber advantage, so it's not so bad. But now they're just trying to jump onto him, and they should be able to... Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Serotone just barely living there, even though he was kind of... He was looking like a deer in headlights, seriously.
That was pretty good. There were mid-airs. Everything happened. It was amazing. There were sky shots. And not only that, I think someone took the rocket for Serotone. Like, Serotone was on 40 HP.
Yeah,
there was a rocket coming for him, and someone took it for him. What
that
a
makes
brave
more
soul.
sense, yeah. TLR getting the frag on alle, and actually they're gonna push and get the force in spawn. Wow, that's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Their forward holds are actually pretty decent. I mean, forward holds are really difficult on Viaduct because everybody has to be proper disciplined. And, you know, literally, if there's one hole in the hold, then that's it. You're absolutely screwed. But they're playing it off really, really well.
Yeah, I think when you have a player like Hiss on this team, it's without a doubt that you'll have a solid team. He even gets a frag on Hank, kind of running in there, even though he's solid sticky traps.
I don't know what.
Oh, both demos are gonna try and fight it out a little bit. And actually, Ali's like trying to go all the way around, but that's not gonna work out.
No. I think now, I mean, I'm not quite sure why nobody's running Sniper. It seems to be, you know, something that could actually be quite good because both teams aren't really playing around Uber so much and they all just sort of squaring each other up, but I guess it's because no one really feels confident. But
you know, maybe after the last game, Denia decided their team decided that it was just a bad idea. Who knows?
Probably.
You know, like just not having success on Sniper probably makes you want to not want to run it. So we see Fenneks kind of poking in because they have to do something, but there's no chance here because TLR just pops off their Uber, and they're just gonna reverse the timer.
They've lost like too many players before that push.
Yeah,
but it was pretty awesome.
Do you think they should have had a much more aggressive push that time? Do you think that would have worked?
It's really hard.
Probably not.
The only problem is that it got too disconnected. There was a scout that was sort of in between TLR and themselves, so he couldn't get Ubered and he couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, so we're on to his next mid, and we're actually seeing the same plays from both soldiers, just going in deep. ShaDowBurn gets taken down, Hairpete takes a pipe, so this is kind of a fight for Fenneks, actually. Do you think Fenneks has called out their mids?
I don't know, I don't think so. I think it's just Fenneks are just playing the same thing, but TLR aren't the ones that are adapting. Because they've done the same pretty much every time now, where they just sort of try and soak up the aggression from TLR and then go over, and they've done it again. Well, I mean, they keep on trying it. It didn't work the first 2 times, but it's worked again now.
And we actually have Hairpete on Sniper too, by the way. This is the first off-class we've seen this whole game, actually.
See, so I'm kind of disappointed with him. He got like a kill streak of 14 last game, and now he's not even on one. Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
Oh, well, that just paid off.
Yeah, that was pretty insane.
I mean, TLR had really good pressure, just overall, regardless. But being able to have the huge Uber advantage while you're defending point is really good.
Yeah, it's
you have
really
a scout hiding here in this weird corner. I don't know if anyone's. Wow, no one's seen him yet. Hank?
That's not even a weird corner.
Oh, he's gonna go straight for the flank on Serotone. 2, 3, 4 shots.
Oh my god!
Just
oh my
missing
god!
all his shots.
Oh my god!
Wow, oh, he gets the force because the soldiers come in from the front, but that was definitely a choke from Hank. That's so sad because that was actually kind of a cool play.
Yeah, it's alright. Nobody saw it apart from 500 people.
I'm sorry, Hank. I'm sorry, Fenneks. Yeah,
That was That was really, really lucky though.
Yeah,
The fact that
it
they managed to
definitely
even get
was.
the force up. But Serotone is so ballsy. I'm pretty impressed.
Have
but
you played
he-
with Serotone before?
Well, he
do you know
used to
anything about
be
him?
he used to be play for dogs, and then he left
Oh.
dogs, and then yeah, he just joined these guys. I'm not quite sure. He wasn't really playing around. I haven't seen him in double mixes or anything, but I guess he's just sort of Hiss approached him. And I was like, yes, please.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, he's definitely showing some like medic skills, like on edge medic skills. So that's pretty good. Fenneks tried to do a bomb in with Uber, but it did get a couple frags, but I don't know if they'll be able to hold on to this really. Looks like with their new spawns, they're definitely going to secure it. Yeah.
See, the Fennec scouts are actually playing this pretty well, and I was quite surprised by that because I didn't really sort of think they would stand a chance against the MG Lord NiCO. But they are actually doing pretty well, especially pushing over and creating a lot of space. Having said that, Denia did just die, probably creating too much space.
Don't take too much space, you'll just die. Wow, what a weird juggle onto his there.
He
And,
got launched up. He was doing the Nadir, or the Kalari pencil jump, as we call it in Europe.
Do you want to hear Fenneks on this push out?
Go on then.
No.
Two servers right.
Yeah, still main.
That can't
He's
tank
weak
it.
though.
We're in right now.
I'm really weak.
Cover them,
Focus
cover
down.
them, cover them.
I'm dead.
down.
Scout the man,
Scout
scout the
the
man.
man.
Scout the man.
We lost both scouts.
Let's push up, push
Back
up.
spot.
We need
You
the
have
servers
to
to
cap.
cap.
I'm walking right side.
Solid right.
Right.
He's dead.
Call a sniper, please, if you see him.
I'm
Hold
up.
pass.
I'm hiding.
Cap it.
Yeah.
Snipe.
I'm going clip.
Oh,
Where is he?
they
I
even
don't
called
know
a sniper.
yet. I don't
I'm
know.
playing with caps this
I'm
time.
just gonna hold for a fast.
Server top lane.
China,
Medics up there.
sniper.
Okay, I'll see what I
I
can
need a
do.
buff.
I'm
I
really
need a
far
buff.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm far back.
You're alone on the right caps.
Sniper's
Yeah,
watching.
I'm with you.
I'm going for the
Put
sniper.
them off us.
I'm down.
Hello, I'm...
Demo
No,
same.
why
Come
would
on.
you do that?
Demo's in. They're spamming really hard.
Demo down.
Sniper's
Soul
watching.
is tagged.
Yeah.
I think it's
I left-
concrete. No?
I'm lagging, what the fuck?
And lagging.
Solid down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
server.
the server's one. So.
Sniper
Do you
right
wanna go
side,
into the-
sniper on
Let's
concrete.
get
I'm
this
blocking.
over.
Just hide,
Go,
Condom.
go, go.
Kill the sniper
And
angle.
popped in.
This fucking server.
I think there's a problem with the server.
Yeah, did you think so?
No, I just
You think
get
so?
that vibe.
What gave it away exactly? Was it all the cussing?
Well, I pressed I typed netgraph 3 into console and I noticed one bit of choke, which is what sort of sent alarm bells ringing.
Yeah, there's a lot of frantic calming on the Fenneks side, and they actually managed to get this force. This is really good if Condom stays alive. And oh man, he's kind of stuck in a hard spot. He actually goes down. That sucks. Oh man.
Yeah, ShaDowBurn and AMS have got like ridiculous
Oh,
synergy.
this server. Wow, Denny actually manages to take out the medic right there at the end. So that's actually going to be really good. Condom's up now. Serotone's probably not up for another like 10 seconds or so. So that's a pretty decent
Yeah,
advantage.
this should be Fennex's round, to be honest, but well, if it's anything like the others, I have no idea anymore.
Yeah, and we're gonna see a full-out push from TLR. Looks like
See,
they're gonna kind of go on
now
this
is a
left
good
side.
time
Oh,
for
man.
Fenneks to run a heavy.
Yeah, definitely. 9 seconds left on Fenneks' timer. 30 seconds for TLR. TLR kind of looks like they're kind of winning this fight. There's a lot of trading going on, and we see this ball up strategy, and it seems to be working pretty well actually. They're gonna
Yeah,
manage to get the
they're-
cap.
Yeah, it was fine for them to let them take the ground, but the problem is that as soon as the scouts get onto the rock, then that's it. You have to sort of control. I call it the nipple. Oh, Serotone.
Wow, Serotone. Oh, unfortunate, but that was a pretty cool serve. A pop-up from Condom just to kind of keep everyone alive, but it seems like they're actually managing to.
Oh my god. Oh my god, they
Oh,
got
man.
out MG'd.
Yep. So there's just this one soldier left, and that's it.
NiCO
3-1.
had absolutely pooped on them. Wow.
Yeah.
That was-
I mean, I don't think this was really a surprise result by anyone's measure.
I would
Maybe
say
the one
it
round.
is. Yeah,
The one round, yeah.
Well, I mean, they put up a really good fight. I mean, all the rounds are pretty much close. I think there was only one that wasn't down to the wire. But, like, literally, ShaDowBurn and NiCO on the last play was just, yeah, they were really, really good. But it's just ridiculous how, I mean, Fenneks have kind of thrown it.
By the way, we do have logs if you want to see those.
Mate, I have the logs up and ready all the time.
All right.
You know,
well,
like, I'm proper hard for stats and logs. It's set as my
man.
homepage.
logs.tf.
Yeah. Well, it's not the actual homepage. It's like my profile homepage. So I'm presented with all my logs as soon as I boot up my PC.
Zoob, you know what to do. Throw up an ad on there and you'll get so much money from War. This
I
War
have
idiot.
some of my best logs on there, just so I can reminisce at the time when I was a relevant TF2 player.
NiCO. Just absolutely beasting this other team. If you want to sort by damage, David, you can see he's top damaging, he's top fragging, and he's even he's almost top assisting, but he's just barely edged out by Condom by 1.
And
That's oh wait, I see. Yeah, Hank has also 17, so that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
3.3 KAD is pretty freaking good.
Yeah, it's not as good as Herpy was against Reason, but I'll allow it. Herpy had a pretty poor game by that previous standard, but
yeah, I mean, he had passion in that game. He didn't quite have it in this one.
yeah, I guess he was putting his feet up. But they were both they're both ridiculously good. I mean, credit to the Fenneks scouts. They aren't exactly too out of place, to be honest. I mean, they got a decent set of kills on both of them, so it's not like, we're not talking Lupus kind of log loss viewing here. I mean, they're doing very, very well, especially against such really, really good scouts. I think overall, like, I would say that Fenneks have definitely sort of thrown a few times. I mean, I would say that it could have gone to the final round that's needed. So,
by the way, we have new server info because
Yeah.
as we saw in the comms last time,
wait, that's
server
not the
is
right
not.
one.
Oh, that's not the right one. Thanks, David. You're good at this, aren't you?
But yeah, it's I think everybody in Fenneks kind of played well. It's really weird because it doesn't feel like, I mean, I would say maybe the scoreline doesn't really do justice to how well they've sort of all played. They had some really, really good moments where they were all sort of coordinated, especially when TLR were trying to get up into their face and try and force them, and suicide for Condom. I mean, Condom's done really, really well considering he's got sort of like a team disadvantage, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Most medics would sort of really, really struggle to sort of survive as much as he's done. I mean, he's only died one time more than Serotone has, who also had an insane game. Like, Serotone is
3 frags from a medic. You don't see that very often.
It's just his positioning in. I mean, there were a few suspect positioning like errors, but you know, these are just sort of things that you'll learn over time because he's new to Prem. And considering that I think this is his Prem debut, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Is he a sub? Because it looks like Sparrow Drop is their normal.
Oh wait, yeah.
No.
I'm talking about Serotone, but
oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, but Sparrow Trap is normally the Fenneks.
The Fenneks med. Yeah.
But I mean, Serotone's done really, really well, and his Uber holds were ridiculous at times. It's really, really ballsy, and sometimes it can end badly, as we all know by watching Muralin for so long. God rest his soul. But you know, to have the sort of balls to do it at this level in these games, you know, it shows confidence, which is what you want. Because when your medic pulls out the big plays, then you know your whole team is just like, you know, they sort of feel that, you know, they get the moral, they get the passion from it.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, Condom did just as well. He's not looking out of sorts either. I think the main problem, as I've said before, is just there were just many times where their decision making was pretty poor, and there were fights when they should definitely 100% win and take advantage of, and they didn't for some reason. They just sort of tilted and choked and just sucked. I think the last one pretty much sums up their game because they had a medic advantage and then they just got completely destroyed by TLR going over, specifically ShaDowBurn and NiCO.
Yep. Yeah, we can kind of. So do you think in their comms it was really tense?
For
When we
Fenneks,
heard
not
them.
really. They're very messy, so I feel they could really do with like a main caller, if I'm honest, because I think that's maybe the issue. I feel there wasn't really anybody that would take the game by the scruff of the neck and just say, you know, this is what we're doing, you do this, we do it together, and then we see it through. Because there were many times when they were very out of sorts, but you know, I'm impressed anyway. Considering that they've lost every game, they've sort of put on some entertaining games.
Right.
And I just want to mention that if you like ShaDowBurn's sick hairs, he did get 9 air shots. That's 9 air shots.
That's a lot.
For the viewers' entertainment. You at home, sitting in your chair, listening to my voice. So, if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this on YouTube, and you hear my subtle tones of my voice, give TLR your money.
All of your money.
All of it. Well, some of it.
You know, enough.
Depends
give them
on
enough.
how much you've got. Just go
Yeah.
to i52.tf/TLR.
I-55!
I-55? Sorry, I'm living in the past.
I-52 was the one you were in!
I'm having flashbacks now. Oh, I'm being
Vietnam
triggered.
flashbacks.
Oh, I'm sweating.
I-55.
Oh, no.
.tf.
This
has all the
clockwork.
fun
He's coming back
fundraisers.
to me. He's running forward.
Where's the
He's
brick?
meat shotting me.
We gotta hit his elbow with the brick. That's the strat. That's the Euro strat. No, but for real, i55.tf/TLR. It'll take you directly to TLR's I'm Raising page. So they're not running an Indiegogo, so they're just taking basically PayPal donations directly. So yeah, just drop them little thing, you know. Get ShaDowBurn to LAN, because I know you Euros are gonna need it. You're gonna need every single accurate rocket you can get.
Yeah. To be honest,
I guarantee.
the TF2 community, they donated Epsilon like €800 to get a really poorly created team together who had an org, and because they were so disorganized has to ask for the community's money. These people are more deserving of that.
Yeah,
So-
Serotone has been actually doing a really good job on
Yeah.
this fundraiser, so I'm more than happy to, you know, push it.
Make it rain.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's such an upcoming team right now. Like they took Reason, and I think people in general kind of thought that TLR weren't gonna win that match, but they pulled it out, and they brought out a little drama too. I don't know if you remember Hiss's words at the end of Goalie Wash. If you saw that cast.
It's
Effing
just
arseholes.
Yeah.
Effing
To be honest, I
arseholes.
did deny every merc, so it's allowed. I just want to do a call out on someone in chat, specifically Imperator Davius, who says, "Why give TLR our money when we can give them our energy?" And I'll tell you why you should give them the money, because energy isn't a form of currency. I guess.
Yeah. At least not yet. We're not quite into the post-apocalyptic worlds yet, where energy is actually worth something. Give them your money. Now. So we do have both teams in the server. Do you have, just to make this a little bit more fun, do you have round predictions? How many rounds each team will get? Obviously, we're kind of saying it's going to be TLR's game, but
Viaduct is sort of like a map where you can sort of take rounds off, because you can really sort of squeeze out and
win
sort of
fights.
play defensively.
Yeah.
It's really difficult because this map does have sort of like a similar feel to it, because you can run sniper. It's quite big, so scouts can dominate on it more. Last can be difficult to push onto if the enemy team's sort of like running engineers and stuff. But because I'm really hungry, I'd like to go for a 5-0 for TLR.
I was actually gonna say 6-1, a fast 6-1, a relatively fast 6-1 maybe, because I think ShaDowBurn is gonna pull out some absolutely wicked plays. Because He has in
Yeah.
the past on process. and I-
And his rollout as well.
yeah, exactly. And we're going live actually, so we're gonna see both these teams to mid.
Get the air shot cam out. The ShaDowBurn
Absolutely,
cam.
yeah. Just put it on ShaDowBurn. Who cares?
Yeah,
yeah,
put
we're
it
gonna see
now.
both
He's going to get a
demos.
triple.
Both demos to mid, pretty actually mirroring rollouts, and we see ShaDowBurn going fast, throw a rocket, and just kind of bounce back. Or sorry, that was wow. I think oh, my allies are a little bit messed up, but regardless, see a bit of an even fight. Actually, Fenneks have the high ground here. If they can get one more pick, I think they'd be able to secure this mid for sure. And just like that, they actually pick up this mid.
Oh, wow. I don't know what ShaDowBurn was doing. I think he's been watching me stream because he just did a really bad rollout. It wasn't even fast. It was just like, you might as well just walked. But yeah, he managed to get a pick on Condom, but that was it. And then
Oh,
that's all.
wow, just barely getting out there. But looks like TLR are gonna push this back, and they're gonna keep their second.
I think.
Oh, actually, Ali just was caught out in sewer,
Yeah.
and he just goes down. Or IT, sorry.
ShaDowBurn
yeah.
is just on him on mid, and he's just completely pooping on him. Like he actually then just sort of takes the time to just jump through quickly, and he just
Oh
sits
man,
on top
there's
of the
a
point
scout
raining
on
rockets.
Condom, and he's gonna go down too. Huge advantage
Wow.
to Serotone. I mean, they're. Oh, what was that shot? Did you see that?
Yeah,
Oh my God, AMS, rest in pieces. Rest in
it
Gibbs.
was
That
worth.
was
It was
ridiculous.
worth. Kill secured. That's some damage on the logs. It's all a numbers
Absolutely.
game at the end of the day.
Number of air shots.
Yep.
Yeah, so obviously TLR here is going to have a huge advantage. Condom pretty much just spawned, and I'm pretty sure they know. Looks like they're kind of poking into lobby right now. Going to secure some ground and then just do a push in to kill Condom, most likely. Just like that, they get a little bit denied though, even with this Uber. And Condom actually does a great rotation. And he's actually going to stay alive at least a lot longer than maybe they would have expected. But they've lost a lot of players on everywhere else, so.
That was a good Uber through, but I'm not quite sure why nobody on Fenneks went engineer or heavy or anything, because
Or even
that
pyro,
was-
honestly.
Yeah, because it would have just bought some time, which is just what you need on process. As soon as you kite the
Yeah.
Uber, then it's back on even ground. And ShaDowBurn's gone fast, but ultimately done nothing.
Yeah, he's just kind of taking the high ground here, which is still pretty good for soldiers, but he gets a little bit damaged. He actually get the first pick on Dagner. He was kind of I think he took a rocket somewhere from maybe ShaDowBurn, but that's gonna just roll this advantage through, and Fenneks are just gonna back out to second.
Are they running? Yeah, they are running double gunboats on TLR, which is actually really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
good for this map, especially on
Yeah,
mids
that's
as well.
that's definitely one of their common strats for sure, and common strats for a lot of teams too as well. And they're gonna just secure second here.
So again,
Even
now
Ubers.
now it's even. This is why it's a bit weird, because Process is a perfect map to just run as a sniper, because it's non-committal, because he can just sit and spawn, or just sort of creep up. But
Oh wow.
well,
Looks like Fenneks had an opening and a scout ran in to get basically try to get the point.
wow,
And
and they
the-
got the force as well. That was
Yeah.
insane.
And TLR are rightfully playing all the way back, and now they're going to push back in because they have such a positional advantage here. And they're actually losing a couple people, and they get forced kind of in a weird spot. If they can, they might as well just push into last, honestly.
Yeah, that was pretty good. ShaDowBurn got an air shot as well, so that's one for the ticker.
Yep, there you go. Another one for the ShaDowBurn
wow.
frag moments.
I thought he got an air shot. I can't quite tell because the model disappeared straight away. I'm going to assume he did. I hope he did. I'm not getting excited over nothing.
Look at this dominance by TLR. Do you want to see this on LAN? i55.tf/TLR, boys. Get ShaDowBurn to LAN. Really, none of the other players matter that much, but I think ShaDowBurn does a lot.
Yeah,
What do you think?
definitely.
Same deal? Yeah. Yeah, TLR kind of... Actually, Fenneks is actually securing a lot more top ground, and this is actually looking a little bit more postured. Dagner goes down somewhere else on the flank, and this is actually still kind of even because they're trading frags, but Fenneks are kind of a little bit less healthy and a little bit more split up. a nice pipe from Hiss to just kill off that scout. And
See, they just need to back out now. They're sitting in choke, which is a bit iffy because you're completely sandwiched, and now Tom's coming in as well. And yeah,
wow,
they're
this is
just
so
gonna get
weird.
run over.
Wow, okay. They just got collapsed on. I mean, that was kind of unusual. I thought they were going to just win this fight straight up, but it looks like they couldn't decide on which target to focus, and just kind of fell apart that way.
Well, the thing is that they know that Ali's gone behind them. So if they just go behind as a group, they can deal with him first. And even if he doesn't come out straight away, they can at least take a more defensive position. But I don't know, I guess in that situation, because you've got a medic, you feel like you can do it because you're playing around the hills. But that time it just didn't work.
Yeah, and because Fenneks didn't really have the health advantage there, they just kind of backed up, and unfortunately, their mid is still TLRs now.
Yeah, it's to be honest, Fenneks have been doing really well on plays, but they're really just sort of lacking discipline.
Yeah, and it looks like they're actually going to push out. It looks like they're really poking hard through this IT room, and I think they know they have an advantage. Yeah, they're just pushing straight through. Oh, this might have to be an early pop. No, they just evade that scout. And he's...
Oh, wow.
Oh, Tom takes a one-on-one.
Oh, what, the flank just got destroyed.
Yeah, Dagner and Denia going down is huge, and actually TLR's more or less wrapping them.
Oh, should have been some spot. Get ready for the mid-airs.
Oh my god, that was so close. Oh man, that was close. But Fenneks just barely being able to secure, retain their second. And they actually pop off, but this is really bad now for Fenneks. They lost so many people, and they don't have their second anymore. And TLR has like a player advantage.
That was... mid was insane. I'm gonna wait for this to play out before I talk about... Actually, yeah, it's alright. The mid was insane with NiCO and ShaDowBurn. They just absolutely, completely destroyed Fenneks' flank. It was so good. It was such a good coordinated play. It just goes to show that NiCO does have a brain. It's not just all MGE.
NiCO getting a really cheeky pick on alle, actually. That was a really nice play. I like
That
that a lot.
That was.
Yeah,
I saw that. He channeled his inner viaduct mid.
Yeah, and with that push out, I mean, 3 frags for basically none is a lot. And both scouts are just gonna juggle off the other scout and secure this point. 3-0 to TLR.
They clearly understand. Yeah, they clearly understand that I'm quite hungry.
Yeah, your 5 is looking really good. We're at
Don't we have
22
their
minutes.
team comms because they're in Rumble?
Ali's doing a pretty quick jump there.
Nice.
Messed that up.
Let's go top.
Open up top, I'm not bombing.
Scouts destroyed.
I'm playing our
so
side.
weak. I'm weak.
Push your
They're
right,
really
push your
far
right.
back.
You need to go in, you need to take space.
Yeah,
We're walking in. I'm with Hank on point.
Focus on
I've got the Sully on
the
top. Like, you need to take height advantage.
Demo
You
down.
can't just ignore
Some
the
20
Sully.
HP behind
Yeah, I
there.
did it, but he went down.
He's on the U-turn.
There are 3. When are you coming out?
Oh,
Running back.
ShaDowBurn
Yeah.
will spawn, but he will be there pretty soon.
Let me choke, right?
I don't know what to
Choke,
do.
choke, choke, choke. Yes, get it back.
Just get back.
Respawn
ShaDowBurn
one.
is there as well.
Let's hold on point.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Go, what a fucking faggy.
Should something go PC?
Oh, what a story. What a story of this game. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, War.
Oh dear. They're all in there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit dicey. I think it seems like they wanted to take the fight, but not really. A little bit of
ShaDowBurn.
fear put into...
Wow.
Oh, wow. That was a cool jump, actually,
That
and
was
they get the
pretty awesome.
force. Unfortunately, he goes down, but they have such a better Uber that, like, they're gonna just win this fight regardless. It's a great play by ShaDowBurn. And AMS, actually. He made a pretty good play there, too. A little bit of last-ditch effort from Fenneks, but they really need to get out of here because there's a scout on their flank, and this main force is just getting healed and pushing in.
Oh wow. Serotone with that arrow. That was sick.
Do you think we're seeing the next, who's a good arrow medic in Europe?
It was Mirrodin.
Oh, he was? I thought he ran needles a lot more.
He used to run the overdose like loads. Despite him, you know, people not liking him, despite, I went to his wedding, so he is a really nice guy in real life. Got a dick on the internet. He had some insane arrows. Mirrodin did as well. But Serotone's ones have been pretty on point as well.
Oh wow, Hiss was kind of getting caught in a little bit there, and Thompson dunks on him. And it looks like I'm not sure why they want to push out here. It seems a little bit too risky for my
sniper.
liking.
Get ready for the drop.
Oh man, oh no, both teams are popping about the same time, and this is kind of a strange play, to be honest. I'm not sure why they really wanted to cycle and holding last. I guess it was a bit of a surprise play, so that works out because Condom actually gets out alive. I thought he was going to die there.
Yeah. Well, they have to push anyway, so they might as well go for it. So it was actually a good attempt, to be honest.
Yeah, it actually worked out pretty well. They did cycle Ubers and they didn't lose anyone to my memory here.
Hank's gone sniper as well, which I think is the correct one because you really need to get a pick if you want to push out on process.
That's a good spot. I mean, he even like hit AMS, and it's just unfortunate that AMS just gets out. We're gonna have a little sniper duel here in the lobby.
There was a little joust.
Oh, is he gonna? No, he just barely skates out there. Wow,
oh, wow.
Nice headshot from Hair P. I mean, unfortunately, no frag, but they're getting a lot of ground into this lobby, and that opens up a lot of sight lines. Oh, the soldier! Wow. Okay, ShaDowBurn gets a nice frag. He gets domed, but you know, on process last, I would have to give the edge to the attackers when you trade frags because you can have less of a defensive stance, but it does depend on each map. And I mean, actually, Fenneks has a really late pop here, and
well, Serotone, if
clean
anything,
up some of the frag.
He popped really early, but it was a good Uber and it was a good trade from Fenneks as well. They've got a huge advantage. Oh wow, Herpy. Oh wow. Oh my god.
Hank.
Herpy got a ridiculous headshot at him when he was going around the corner, and then Serotone just whacks him with an arrow. That was insane.
Plays.
Yeah. I'm sure they actually meant to do that.
Yeah. You know, just one of those TLR things. Yeah, so we see Fenneks kind of posturing here. They have a slight Uber advantage, but I think knowing that it's both this choke is open and that there's no Ubers in play yet. Yeah, I mean ShaDowBurn and AMS is just gonna jump in and they're getting significantly better frags. Even Condom went down there, and they're just gonna take this 2 really comfortably.
No, they should just roll.
That was a nice play.
Yeah, they should just roll straight to last, to be honest.
Yeah. We see we see AMS actually hiding on top of here. Trying to get the sneak on this scout. They should just stick on point, honestly. They shouldn't. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
they kind of jump on and off, but
yeah, the process caps really quickly anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can just sort of, it's as fast as Badlands, so you can just keep on jumping on and off it just to sort of bait people to actually collapse onto it.
Yeah, we see alle with a really cool like pogo jump essentially, and he predicted ShaDowBurn taking that top ground, and this is going to be interesting mid. It looks like Fenneks is going to push straight to the right, and actually Hank takes out NiCO. Oh man. AMS is going to go for the last ditch frag onto the medic, but he can't secure the frag. And this is actually a mid to Fenneks. Oh no, but Fenneks actually just kind of pushed in with 2 people and just died there. This might be a turnaround. I don't know why they just kept pushing there. That was kind of a misplay for sure. And the Fenneks might just have to leave this if they don't get a frag right now. We see, is that Hank? We see one of the scouts kind of pushing in hard, but I don't know how much they can keep this up for. Yeah, Fenneks are eventually going to just concede this. And I think this mid is going to be very much TLR's. Yep, look at that. That was a cool pipe from Hiss. And they secured this.
NiCO is doing all the big plays. He took out alle by just pressing the W button and then the mouse 1 button.
It's a pretty effective button though.
Yeah, it is. They're 2 of my favorite buttons.
Yeah, we see. Oh wow, actually, yeah. So Serotone there popping first to get the force out of Condom, but he was so hurt after the Uber that he still died. Regardless, and I think Fenneks are going to try and push in here, see if they can get another frag. Oh man, the frags are kind of going a little bit both ways. The scout from behind, Hair P, is just causing a little bit of a mess, and both scouts actually somehow managed to get behind. So they're going to stack a 4x on this cap. They're going to just completely just shoot off this soldier from behind. Condom getting a really cheeky arrow kill, but NiCO's on last already. He was really hurt, and he just gets shot at.
Man. ShaDowBurn is just insane.
Some big plays happening, and there's some ridiculousness going on. Fenneks are gonna try and push out of this because I think they're kind of aware they really need to get some points here. A nice arrow is gonna keep ShaDowBurn alive, but I think TL are just gonna push right back in since they have a player advantage. Both teams kind of posturing each other at choke. And there's going to be a pop-in from Condom, actually. Trying to get Serotone to actually get him right before he gets his Uber. Great play. I don't know if that was a correct call, or if they kind of knew that he had almost nothing.
I think that
I mean,
was
they got collapsed on.
Yeah, they weren't really... I don't think Serotone was really counting the Ubers that well. Because he was in a way too forward a position. So there's something definitely went amiss, but it doesn't really matter in the end.
Yeah, Fenneks overcommitting there. They're gonna get collapsed on. Now TLR has second.
Really,
Relatively even Ubers. I don't know if Condom's keeping track that Serotone's only just healing, basically, but it's not really enough to push on anyways.
NiCO's gonna sniper, and so is Hank, so it's gonna be another battle.
Oh. Is Hank an MGE Lord? By any means?
He's a good scout. Well, he was constantly in the disgusting rut that is Saints. And yeah, they didn't really sort of do anything apart from lose as well.
Yeah, we saw there a little bit back. Oh wow, ShaDowBurn getting a pick on the opposing roamer. That's going to be huge. I'd like to see them just kind of push out on this, just Uber in and get more frags, especially if they can get a force onto the oh, they don't have Uber yet. That's my bad. But alle getting a return pick onto Arms, so a little bit just posturing and poking in. We still have a sniper duel to witness. One body shot onto a demo, but not much else yet.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. He's not doing anything. Like, come on.
I really wanted to see them secure lobby and just take those sidelines instead. Yeah. There's a lot of kind of like open flanks on this right side.
As a professional Highlander sniper that plays in UGC Gold, this isn't how you play sniper. You're meant to hit the head.
No. Not everyone can be sheep. Let's be honest. Oh, actually, Hank gets the frag on NiCO.
Oh wow! Wow! He got the sniper,
and
wow. He was going for the what's that gun? Is it the Diamondback? Yeah. I think
oh yeah.
But
looks like Fenneks are gonna pop out here. No, Tom gets dropped. Wow, that's really bad. And the scouts is gonna come in to salvage this, but oh man, this is looking really not good for Fenneks. And at the end of this Uber, and I think TLR should just push right in, probably from another entrance, not the one that they have all their spam on, but they should just push in and just honestly secure everything because they have that chance. I mean, they even got that pick on Hank, and they're tapping this last point so hard. A 5-0 to TLR. Your prediction was right.
No, what can I say? Apart from the first one. Well, by that.
Yeah.
But that was still pretty... That was a more of a display that I was expecting across both maps, to be honest, but...
Yeah, I agree.
I can't have it all. I can't be right all the time.
What are you going to eat?
Probably
What's for
spaghetti
dinner?
bolognese, to be honest.
That sounds good, man. I would kill to have that right now.
Yeah, well, you can't, mate. Because it's like lunchtime for you.
Yeah. I mean, I could have it if I want.
You have to,
Who says
we
I
have to
can't?
drag in their gamers, but I don't think I can drag people in.
Oh, do we want to do interviews?
Logs first. DavidTheWin's turn.
David, the responsible.
Yeah. It's just like a dad I don't even want. Like, go away.
Hair
I'm
P,
doing my own thing on the internet.
the king of damage, this map.
Yeah, that he was really really good. ShaDowBurn was insane.
Yep.
He made so many awesome plays. Especially with NiCO as well. They both did some really good flank plays together. But ShaDowBurn was just ridiculous. He literally just turned most of the fights which they should have lost into a win. Especially 1v1s. I think there was I can't remember who was. I think it was Caps that it was. Oh wow! Speaking of Caps, he's got the lowly 4 frags.
Oh
Wow,
man,
that
pretty
is
disastrous actually.
That is lower than Lupus. Lupus
That's
has
pretty
been
sad,
out
to be honest.
lupused. It's no longer known as the Lupus, it's now known as the Caps.
Yeah,
Agnid.
4-4-18. That's definitely not a ratio you want to see at all.
That is on happy scoreline if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, so we have here actually Hiss and Serotone. I don't know if we want to. I don't think there's really much else as stats to go over. I don't know. What do you
Can you
think?
bring
Is
in ShaDowBurn?
And NiCO if he's still there.
Okay.
I think ShaDowBurn's
Speak to
coming.
NiCO.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, so congrats. I guess it wasn't really that much of a surprise or a hard fight, but it was a good match. Good match.
Yeah.
It's alright.
I do want to know why Lupus was fake nicking at Caps in that game though. I thought you had to register your nickname, but Lupus seemed to have circumvented that rule. Anyway, back to the actual interview. Sorry.
Yeah, so how you guys feeling for this season now that we're at week 4, right? So this is about halfway through, more or less.
We're probably feeling like we're starting to pick up our results a little bit, like both in like the practice games and maybe a little bit in officials. We're not quite like playing as well in the officials as we are practice games, which is normally the other way around, but we're quite happy.
Was Viaduct as comfortable? No, wait. Were you expecting Viaduct to be more comfortable than it actually was?
I don't think we practiced it for a while. We've been kind of focusing on future maps, so
Oh, that's a
It's
really
not the end
bad
of the world.
excuse, Summers. Come on. Can't use that excuse.
also TFTV were like pressuring us for the information like at 10 past, so we were like, oh shit, we gotta get ready, and we made Reason leave ice cream when we had like
Hey,
5
hey,
minutes.
hey. We're not the one to blame for your tilting, son.
That old chestnut, eh?
They played really well. Like you have to give them credit, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
we
really good.
played out of
know.
every team we played. That was like probably the closest game we've had on Viaduct, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot of rounds actually like got really close, for sure.
Yeah, I sort of felt like I wanted you to beat the Americans, so we let you win, you know, build
Yeah,
confidence.
that's the spirit. Getting the old confidence going. You're going to be on a moral high ground, and then
Exactly.
when you stand on the grand stage and you've defeated 4G and you hold up your big check, you'll
Yeah,
be like,
and you'll thank me.
you'll be like, wow, Caps is a cool guy.
I know.
That time where he went 4-4 in 18 on process against us.
Listen, let's not talk about that, okay?
I think we should. What happened?
Well, I was,
Was
like,
your
you
mum
know,
playing on your PC or something?
I was like, if this flank isn't that strong, you know, I can just play pretty aggressive, try to get some picks or whatever. But no, I just got shit on by NiCO and ShaDowBurn all the time. I got picked all the time.
Yeah.
And my team sort of like wiped a lot too, so I tried to like go for suicide plays a lot too. So
Yeah, I definitely got the vibe that if your team had just stayed alive, you would have done a lot better.
yeah, it's weird. Like in the practice game we played earlier today, it went a lot better with the strats and everything, but we just sort of lost it a little bit, or maybe we just got punished harder. Drax team, do you know what they're called? They're not that good though.
The
so-
14, you know?
Yeah,
It was a good game. Viaduct process could have been better.
Yeah,
More to be desired. I give you a 3 out of 10
thank you.
for that effort. It's alright. But I felt on Viaduct, you guys kind of threw quite a few situations, and it seemed incredibly messy. Because, I mean, granted, every time TLR seemed to go aggressive on you, you kept a really good defensive bubble and just sort of didn't really drop as many players. But there were many times when you had a good position or uber advantage and you guys either just overextended or tilted. I mean, I know Hank in particular had a little moment where he was on Serotone and Serotone was just standing there, and then Hank shot 6 shots and he missed them all.
I don't know that.
Well,
Yeah.
Gotta give credit to Sero there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would afterwards. He did some good dodging before he got forced, but I would think there was literally a point when he was standing still and Hank still missed.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
but how do you like? You're expecting him to move, so you can't play.
Oh, that's true. He was predicting too much, if anything.
Exactly. Hank is too good for Serotone.
Yeah, he was just predicting his movements like next week.
I actually disconnected my keyboard.
Who needs a keyboard?
But yeah, the game was good. I enjoyed the big plays. There were many fat plays from ShaDowBurn, which was insane. I enjoyed it all. It was a brilliant game. And a reminder to everyone to go to i55.tf/TLR.
Yeah.
There's a segue moment. Go.
Does ShaDowBurn want to talk? He
was planning on coming in and talking, and he's disappeared.
He's muted.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay, so we're doing a fundraiser for 3 of our players. Ants, NiCO, and ShaDowBurn. ShaDowBurn's obviously the main one. He's the most expensive because we need to pay for his visa, and obviously his flights are more expensive.
He takes up 2 seats.
And his contracts and his imaging rights.
His contract.
Yeah,
I mean,
like that.
he's a big player in this world, in this TF2 world of esports.
Yeah,
he's okay.
and we're really excited to see him at i55, but we do need help from the community. So if you go to i55.tf/TLR, you'll see all the information.
I've got a bet that ShaDowBurn has a metal hand or a metal arm.
The Kingslayer.
Yeah, which is why he can hit such insane air shots. He's like kind of Luke Skywalker kind of hand.
The cyborg.
Yeah. Oh, it's just one hand though. That's it.
Thanks to everybody who donated so far as well. Like we had a really good sort of like first day.
How much you want?
Let me check.
Yeah, War, get out your checkbook. Now's the time to write a big fat one for them.
We're on €309.
How much do you need? Was it 1,000-ish?
Like our estimate was 1,500, but that was kind of shooting high. But there's fees as well, so the actual money we get is less than what our total is.
Yeah, you'll make. As I was saying before the game started, if people donated to the shit show that was Epsilon last year, who needed the money because they were so disorganized, they can certainly give it to people more deserving. I want to record that because that's probably the only thing I'll ever say that's nice about you guys ever again. But yeah, I think there's not many people that deserve it, and let's be honest, people are only going to be paying so they can see ShaDowBurn, not the rest of you guys.
That's fine with us. That's right. That's what we just want to make sure we can get a full team there really and be as competitive as possible. And after seeing the show match yesterday, I think there's reason to be hopeful for Europe, I guess.
Yeah, partially. It's a show match though, isn't it? They're always terrible. I mean,
well, they're definitely better than i52 Epsilon, so you shouldn't talk.
Excuse me, mate. We lost our show match last year, right? And then may I remind everybody, on the first day we went undefeated.
Well,
and after that, I don't remember. I was high on heroin and cocaine.
The first day is the day that doesn't count, right?
No, it's the second and third days that don't count. Those were just a blur for me.
Those Epsilon babes, man. They'll put you out of this world.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Europe has got a better chance than I expected. I thought everybody was going to get pooped on, but most of the teams seem to be really strong and not bad, and at least look like they can improve because they look like they put the effort that they will. So yeah.
So Fenneks, who's the team that you guys want to beat? Is there a team that you guys want to beat in this next part of the season?
Well, isn't there only like 2 teams left or 3? But I guess we want to beat Danger Dogs.
Danger Dogs, okay.
Like we're playing as Lego and Wonderland as well, but I think Danger Dogs are the biggest rivals for us.
Yeah, they're a bit scary. I don't really know how to rate them, but I think we can take them.
Yeah, we've done pretty well against them in scrim, so I don't know. I mean, that doesn't say that much, honestly, but I think we have a pretty good chance, like 50-50 maybe.
And TLR boys, your next game's for 25, is that right?
On Thursday.
And then you've got NerdRage after that. How are you fancying your chances after smashing Reason?
I don't know. We've had some kind of close games with 425 and scrims. Like they're definitely a team to be respected. The ZZ game is actually being delayed to like quite far away, so we have a lot of time to think about that. We're just focusing on the 425 game at the moment. I mean, obviously we're confident, but
let's be honest, you don't need to focus on them anyway. So, NerdRage, have you Well, let's be honest. How do you honestly think that you'll do?
We've been beating them in scrims. Like,
Maybe the last 2 to 3 times, but
Yeah.
before that they were beating us, so things seem to have turned a little bit. But whether that's just like the exam periods or people like distracted, or they've kind of got a blip in the time that they're playing their scrims and stuff because they've already played 8, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, that's fair. And last of all, do you think you'll finish first? And
Yes.
make playoffs? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
Oh,
Do you
baby.
think you'll win I-55?
Yeah, we think we'll win.
That's the positive attitude that I
Oh,
want to hear.
baby. You heard it here.
I'm going to get hyped again. I might show some enthusiasm.
How do you think ShaDowBurn feels about playing against 425? Because they're like his old teammates almost.
He left quite amicably. Like when we had all the issues with our roamers and stuff, like we spoke to Forsaken before we even approached ShaDowBurn about it properly, because we wanted to know if they were signing up, and at the time they weren't really sure. So I think they're kind of just happy to just be playing and having a bit of fun this season. 425 from the early season of them not knowing if they're going to sign up. So I don't think there's going to be any kind of like massive rivalry or anything. They're really good friends.
All right, that's cool. Do you know if we're gonna see any of them on LAN? Any of 425, basically?
I don't think so.
I'd be
I doubt
surprised.
very much.
Okay. You got any more questions, War?
No, I'm done.
For our boys here? All right. So let's give our shout-outs. So, Fenneks, what do you
Yeah.
you want to shout out anyone?
Shout out to Denia's Twitter account, at DeniaTF2.
I got a shout out.
Alright, give me that shout out.
Well, all right.
Man, you've got some really, really bad gastric problems. I recommend you see a doctor about that.
Drinking some apple juice, you know?
Healthy.
Is that what dribbling sounds like? Is that what happens?
No, it's
You
a
just
juice
play
box.
really badly. Oh, okay.
No, I thought that was violent diarrhea.
Hiss, you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to like obviously TLR for supporting us in Yama, Netgear, Battle Tiger, and the likes, and obviously shout out to everybody who's donated already for us, and please visit the page, and if you have anything to spare, and help us get along and beat the Americans.
And shout out to John and Dashna for all the help in getting everything set up for us.
Yeah, they've pretty much carried this year's fundraisers easily. Is NiCO actually in Mumble, or is he kind of just like around? Nope. Oh, hey, there you are. You want to give any shoutouts?
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Serotone, what would you like to say?
Already shouted out John and Dashna. Shout out to Fat DB crew and Man's on Road crew. That's
All
it.
right. Shout out my boy DavidTheWin on the cam today. He's carrying TFTV in Europe, basically. So that's
And
cool.
our donations. So yeah, shout out to you guys as well for casting and the support of the scene.
Yeah, for sure. War, got any last thingies? Shout out to War's kitty.
Yeah, my cat. Make sure you go onto her video so she gets more viewers. That's all.
Shout out to War's stream too. He's streaming a little bit more nowadays, so check it out, man.
Yeah, Highlander games.
Yeah, I think with that we're pretty much set here. So thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for the good games, and see you later.
GG.